Hey you, yes you. My name is Prophetess Monicah. I am a pastor, a mother, and a CEO. That makes me an entrepreneur. My passion, it is to equip, empower, and transform lives through the grace of God. Now, as we chill from our busy schedules and our hustles, let's have a chat. Welcome to Chat and Chill with PM. Let's have a chat as we chill. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel for this and many more. Thank you for hosting myself. PM is a woman of God. I'm born again. I'm a pastor. PM is a mother. I am a CEO, an entrepreneur. I'm a simple human being. And I love God. I'm born again. I'm that woman who is strong. Yes, I know. Very strong woman. Adventurous. And a strong believer. A perfectionist. What else? And just a simple me. A farmer. I do a lot. I wear a lot of hats. I wear a lot of kofiyas. It's by the grace of God. You know, being a mother, a pastor, a business lady, it is not easy at all. You have to balance. So that when you are a pastor, you are a pastor. When you become a mother, you are a mother. When you go to business, you have to shout. You have to, you know, the marketplace, you have to advertise like there is nothing else remaining. So it's by the grace of God I'm able to balance. It's tough. It's not easy at all. It's very tough. You are one, but you have to divide yourself in so many things. You have to, when you get home, you are a mom. Jabali is waiting for you. He wants you to carry him. He don't care whether you are wearing your collar, whether you are tired, whether you are sweating, or where you are coming from. Jimmy is there waiting for you. And sometimes they demand me to cook for them. I can imagine. And also when you come to business, you have to deliver. You have to convince people with the things that you are selling. When you come to church, you have to be that pastor. Listen to people with issues, preach to them, pray for them. So it's not easy. I can say it's just by the grace of God, dedication. I'm so intentional in life. I am very intentional. Whatever I want to accomplish, I have to. And you need to have that strength inside of you, something that drives you. You have to be encouraging yourself. You have to be telling yourself, you know what, you're gonna do this, no matter what. Even when you are sick, you have to do it. So, basically, I can say it's by the grace of God, and He gives me that energy. When you trust God, the Spirit of God is our helper. And He helps me. He carries me through it. When I get to the altar, He carries me. When I get home, He switches the roles and I become a mother. He gives me the energy that I need. So it is God. It is by the grace of God. I manage all of that by the grace. My process is a bit tough, interesting, and sometimes discouraging. I started preaching at the age of 7 years, so you can imagine I was very young. And I remember we could go with my shosho to church, and I was that girl. I have to say memory verse. I have to beg the pastor to give me testimony times. I had to testify, and I sing a song. And I grew up like a normal girl, and through primary school, secondary school. And I remember when I was in Form 2, I was going to Form 2, my mom got very sick. We were in Mombasa. We had to relocate. We didn't have anything left because by then my mom was not married. Thank God we have a father. So mom got very sick. Shosho, my grandma, came for us. we came back to up countries. It was really tough. Personally, I stayed a whole year without going to school. So my secondary school life was so tough. Actually, I did 6 years in secondary. And then I finished my Form 4. And then, what else? When you come from a humble background, hakuna university, no uchangamke. So, nikachangamka, and I got into the street of Nairobi, and I started life. It was tough, and by then I got married, and had a son, Jimmy. Now he's turning 15 this year, 2021, and it was tough. It was tough. The husband is not working. You are not also working. This marriage is not working. Nothing is working. So it became tough, and we said, you know what, it's not working. You go, I go. And we separated. And now that is the toughest season of my life. I thought when my mom was sick, it was bad. But now that is the toughest. You have a baby to take care of. The other days you are just like a girl, you just eat and sleep. But here you have someone depending on you. I remember I took Jimmy back to up countries, to my sister and my mom. And I came to Nairobi. The first place I landed is in Kibera, Line Saba. I was hosted by a lady, my friend. And we started all kind of jobs, but born-again jobs. We started hawking. We could go to Nairobi City Center bus station in particular, and we were asking just to wash plates in a hotel. Wash plates, just washing the place, and you are given 50 shillings. You are given 100 on a good day. And it was tough. It was tough. I remember to a point, my mom and my sister, I'm not sending any milk. I'm not sending diapers, because you got 50 shillings. What are you going to do with it? You need fare. You need to eat also. So they're like, you are in Nairobi. Uko Nairobi, uko ni raha tu na utumi kitu kwa mtoi. So that means you are in Nairobi and you are enjoying life, and you left us here with a baby. I don't know what. And let me tell you, Jimmy was sent like a parcel by a matatu. Through a matatu. And I went for him, kamzigo kangu. By then, I think he was turning almost 2 years. And we started now, hustling with him. I could not afford even 20 shillings to pay for a daycare. So I carried my baby. I went with him everywhere, hawking. That time I could hawk. Thika Road was not, it was not a highway. It was not a super highway. It was only 2 lanes that were traffic day and night. I could hawk along Thika Road. I could go to Runda, Muthaiga. You go there, you press the bell, the owner comes out and you ask, is there any kibarua? Can I wash your clothes? Can I, and you do those odd jobs. You do a fence manicure, making the fence. I would wash the entire compound. I would wash clothes, shoes, everything. And then you are paid, at least it was really paying well, 300 shillings. Runda na Muthaiga walikuwa nanishikilia. So, and then you go home, and then at a point we couldn't agree with the girl who had hosted me. So I found myself in Mathare, from Kibera, Line Saba to Mathare. In Mathare, I can say I stayed doing the same jobs, doing anything that could bring money, but in a good way. And I remember, because by then I was asking, where is God? I remember I stopped even going to church. And I saw this God is not, he favors some people. I stayed like this and I thought, maybe I'm a cousin to cousin of God. They are children of God. But I felt like maybe I'm a relative wana huko hivyo, because life was bad. Eating was a problem, paying rent was a problem. Now there in Mathare, it's when I came back to God, and I started ministry in a church in Nairobi, and I became a praise and worship leader. At least I could have something to eat. The church could take care of a bit of my life, a bit of my bills, and at least it was better, and it grew on becoming better and better. I was a waiter in a hotel somewhere. At least it was better when I became a waiter, because we were being paid 100 bob or 150 in a good day, so you get some tips here and there, and you find yourself going home with 500. My goodness, 500 bob. Ha. So by then I joined. Now I left the waiter job, and I joined full-time ministry, whereby now I started, like, let me settle in church. And there in church I settled, and I could sing, and sometimes we could sleep hungry. Sometimes, the church will not pay you on time, or sometimes you're not paid at all. So it was up and down. But by the grace of God, it came a time, and I started my own ministry, traveling ministry. And that was the year 2010. I started traveling. It was not easy because the bishop could not release me, but we talked and he agreed. It's my time to move. And I started traveling ministry. At least life began to be better. At least I could shift from a slum to a one-bedroom, house. And life began to become good, and I shifted to a two-bedroom house. My son changed school, and now at least nikaomoka. I can say niliomoka hapo ma 2010, hapo 2010, 2011, 2012, life was good. And until where we are today, 2014, I started ministry in Kenya, the Keshas, and women ministry, youth ministry, monthly. And then 2017, I settled in Kenya completely. I started a weekly service. And we thank God, 2020, he gave us a church, a PCC. So that's my journey. It has been, I have shortened it, but I can say there were like 3 to 4 years that life was very tough, where you're asking God, are you there? Do you exist? Am I your child like others? Or am I a relative wa uko mbali? But all in all, we thank God. Here I am. So that is my journey in a very short terms. My low moments and high moments. Let me start with low moments. My low moments were, they are very many, but I can mention the ones that I can still remember up to date. That day Jimmy was sent as a parcel. I cried. Then I was bitter. I was asking, where is God? Where are my people? And all that. But I thank God that had to happen. Because it happened, it gave me a lot of courage, because I couldn't allow Jimmy to see my tears. So in other words, it hardened, it hardens me in a particular way. So that was one of my low moments. Another moment is when my mom got sick and she got paralyzed one side, and I was informed to a very young girl, and I didn't know what to do, and I could see people running away from us, friends of mom. When mom was all good and she had money, people were like, kwetu kulikuanga na mkutano ya watu. But now when my mom got sick, no one is coming to see her. I was really pinned down. So another low moment is one day we were coming to church. Jimmy is at the back. I'm carrying my baby. Not at the back of the car. In my back. On my back. And we came and the house was closed. And we had not eaten for 2 days. And the house is locked. I remember we went back to church, spent there for a week. Is when now the caretaker could not take it any longer, and he had to tell 1, 2, 3 people that Nyambu, by then I was Nyambu. Nyambu has been in church. It's like they are not eating with the son. And the ladies, the women in the church, they took over and they helped us. So that was a very low moment. You are serving God at the same time. Life is happening. Another low moment is when my son was chased away from school. I had to sell my cooker. I had to sell my microwave. I had to sell some few things for Jimmy to go back to school. So it was bad. It was bad. So another low moment. Can I remember? I can say, let me not say zote for today, but recent one is when you are expecting someone that is supposed to hold your hand, someone that is supposed to congratulate you, to clap for you, to tell you, go, you are doing it and all that, pinning you down, pulling you down, abusing you, telling you all sorts of discouraging words. And, the person that you treasure so much, the person that this is my diehard, we can die together and resurrect together. And he turns to be an positive, an opposite of that, an opposite of what you expected. So it really pinned me down. And I was like, okay, if this one is happening, what about other people? But thank God, I am a strong woman. So to the high moments are very many. Very many. I can see, having a baby, to me, having Jimmy, having Jabali, it has been always a high moment. You are holding a baby like this and you feel good. Other high moment is when I started ministry and I could see this is me now. And I could see myself going to preach, from one country to another. And you're like, oh, so nilikuwa niomoke. So watu walikuwa wanijue. And you're like, oh God. So people one day they can, know me. They can call me Prophetess Monicah. So those were very high moments. And, encouraging people and equipping lives. And you see people being transformed right in your eyes. You walk with people in a journey of salvation. When people get born again, you feel like you just want to preach forever. You don't want to get out of the altar. Those are very high moments. And you walk with a person that was discouraged. Other people are depressed, and you walk with them and they get out of it. And people come with issues, and you are able to walk with them, and they are healed, they are equipped, and you see a transformation. They are very high moments. And the recent one is when now Prophetic City Church was birthed, 2020. Hey! I never slept. The day that we were to launch the church now, that's Saturday for us to come Sunday, I never slept. That Sunday, I never slept. I was so happy that I could not sleep. I saw an achievement. I saw that for real, God loves me. And I saw that I'm called. If I have a church, not a ministry, a church, that you have become a pastor to people that are calling you pastor. That you have a home that you can say, this is my home church, my mother church. So for me, starting the Prophetic City Church, I can say it is one of my highest moments I've ever had in life. One thing, if given a chance, I would like to correct. I think it should be on the next episode. There are several things, and I think I should talk about this in the next episode. I'm not ready for this. I am not. But there are so many things. You do mistakes in life. You mess in life. And you are like, Monica, if the time goes back, I can recorrect this. But let me tell you next. On the next episode, I promise. Ooh, what keeps me going? Number one is God. To start with is God. Because without God, I think without God, I would have died long time ago. That is what I can say. So God keeps me going because He strengthens me. He's my friend. Actually, God is my friend. Mungu ni beshte yangu. So God keeps me going. That is what I can say. He gives me the grace I need, the strength I need, and that comfort when I'm broken, when I'm down, because there are those moments when you are so broken, and it's only God who can understand what you are going through. Even your mother cannot. Even your husband cannot. It's only God who can understand what is happening. So God have really kept me going. Then the fact that I'm a mother, you look at your sons and you are like, who is dying here? Can you rise and go? And you're like, you cannot be disappointed a time like this. You look at those boys and you rise, you are feeling low and you just receive energy from nowhere because they are depending on you. You look at them and you are like, okay, if I give up, what next? Am I helping? No, I'm not. So my boys have really kept me going. Ministry have really kept me going because I'm called, to equip lives, to transform people's life. So ministry have been also a source of strength. When you wake up and post something on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, and you see people saying, I receive it. By faith, I receive this. And you see people saying, you bless me every time you post something. You encourage me. So that keeps me going, knowing that thousands of people, besides my two sons, they are depending on you. And they are depending on that post that you are putting every morning. So even if you are bleeding, you have to wake up, put it there. You have to wake up, take the microphone and preach, because there are people that are longing to hear what God is saying through you. So I can say also ministry have kept me going. And of course, my personality. That strong woman in me, that ambitious woman, that woman that is not shaken, that attitude, the positivity in me. Also, I think it participates a lot. And I can tell people, when you take life positive, even if you are sinking, but you see the positive side of it, it will give you an energy that you didn't have, and you will move on. I think a woman is a strong vessel. And that is why Adam could not... space to do things, because we can do it. Yes, we can. Wacha inipepete. Now, being a woman, then a woman of God, then a successful lady, then beautiful, is a problem. Hey, in our African countries, especially Kenya, Nairobi, what I can say, basically being a woman in an African country is challenging, because it's where that a woman should not have a voice, a woman should sit down, a woman should not talk. So challenges of being a woman are a lot. You being a woman, to be birthed a female, already it is a trouble. Now comes and you be a woman of God. In our era, hey, Jesus, God have mercy upon women of God. In this era we are, when you become a pastor woman, I'm telling you, it's not easy. Then you are young. Remember, I'm young. I'm under 40. People look at you like, what can this girl tell us? Hey, so you find people saying a woman should keep quiet. It's only men that are allowed to talk. Those are the comments that I get so much on social media. I should shut my mouth. Others will come and tell you this woman is fake. Wengine watakuita devil because of the nails, of course, the wigs, the lipstick, makeup. They see you as someone that is not really serious. You do all this makeup, wigs, I don't know, fitting clothes and all that. They are like, you are not preaching the right gospel. You are not real. You are not a woman of God. So there is that argument that a woman should keep quiet and men should talk. And that is why I said previously, let women be. Let them be given chances. Let them be given opportunities. So another thing you find, people will always see you as, they will always judge you based on what they see. You find maybe you're a woman of God. For example, your marriage is not working. That is a whole case already. Like, why is she preaching? And where is the husband? Where is, it becomes so draining and so discouraging. You are like, am I not a human being? Besides, being a woman of God, I was a woman, then of God. Woman, then of God. So what just a normal woman go through, me as a woman of God, I can't go through it. So you find people judge you a lot. They judge you from all perspectives. They judge you when you dress up. They will say, hey, you dress up, short dress, you are showing the legs. Tight dress, you are showing hips. Big one, you are out of the fashion. So being a woman is challenging, because you find a man, if a man is preaching and he just dresses suit and his good shoes, he's good to go. If you do high heels, it's a problem. If you do rubber shoes, it's a problem. Yani a woman, problems are coming from, right, left, and center. And you find the society will always judge a woman harshly, very harshly. You find, for example, if you're a woman of God, and I can give an example, but I don't want to mention any names. You find you're a woman of God, you're married, your marriage is not working, it has broken. I'm giving this example because it's the best I can give. You will find the man is not judged. It is the woman. It is the woman. She cannot keep home. We said it. We knew it. So women, especially women of God, they go through a lot. And people think as a woman you should not preach. So it is really tough. So women of God out there, I pray for you. The grace is sufficient for us. We shall do it. So what have made me to be able to overcome the challenges? Number one is trusting God and believing in God and loving God. Because when you love God and you have a relationship with God, God will always remind you, it is me who called you. It is not people. It is me who called you. Before you were even born, I chose you. So you find that God will always encourage you. And I really encourage women, let's be friends of God. Let's have an encounter with God. Let's have a relationship, a good one, intimate relationship with God, because God will always keep you going. When you are going through a lot, God will keep you going. So I can say that what have made me overcome those challenges is knowing God, having a relationship with God. Another thing is not caring too much about people. People will always be people. When you do good, they will talk. When you do bad, they will talk. When you go naked, they will talk. When you dress up, they will talk. When you do business, they will talk. Like me, they tell me, you are a pastor. You don't have to open those clothes shop and those nails, and you are a pastor. Preach. You know, and when you don't, then they are like, you are just here asking for offerings and tithes. When you start a side hustle, they will just talk. So people will always talk. It's nature. We cannot control it. People will always judge you and they will always talk. So when you understand that, you zip and you say, you know what? I will continue. So careless. You care less about what people say. You care less about the battles, especially on social media, because they can pin you down if you're not strong. So that is what helps me overcome the challenges. Just knowing God, being a friend of God, and also I don't concentrate too much on what people say, because if I concentrate too much and they're not bringing ugali on my table, they're not feeding my children, they're not bringing anything, so I will be drained for nothing. So I have chose to ignore the haters, ignore the critics, ignore all those things, and you continue with life. And you live life one at a time. Every day, you live it that way. Tomorrow will come. You live it the way it comes. What is that thing that you don't know about me? You know my life, you know my children, you know my business, you know my ministry, you know what I love eating. You know me now. What is that you want to know, guys? Okay, one thing that people don't know about me, but they know I'm adventurous. They know I love life. What else? I think they don't know I'm tough. Did you know I'm tough? Did you know I'm tough? And very tough. So one personality of me that hides itself so much, I'm very tough and strict. Very tough. Very tough. If you find me when I'm tough, you will not like me. And I thank God for a smiling face and jovial spirit, because at least it hides. But people really misunderstand me, because they think the way I'm smiley, happy, jovial, they think I should not be tough and harsh. So you find if I become tough on someone, they are like, we're only prof. Is that the prof that I know? So I think that's what people don't know about me. Another thing, I love chicken and rice. I think you know that. There's nothing else that you don't know. You know me now. My life is there. I'm a public figure. I'm in public domain. COVID, it's horrible. It's bad. It have really affected people. I remember last year when we closed down, we shut, like everything shut down. It was very tough. A lot of ministry were affected. Up to date, we have not recovered, to be sincere. It's good to be sincere. It's good to speak the truth. We have not recovered. And when we were recovering, when we thought now, tumeanza kupanda, tumeanza kushoot, then once again. So what I can say, COVID have really affected businesses, because I'm a businesswoman, I know. Businesses are never the same again. People have lost jobs. People have lost relationships. People have lost marriages. You find a man was working, he's no longer working. He cannot be able to provide for the family, and the lady cannot take it, and she packs her bags and leave the husband. So COVID have really come with a lot of challenges. And this thing is global. You cannot shift and go. You relocate to Tanzania, you relocate to South Africa. You have to stay where you are. It is everywhere. So I can say that it has really affected us. Personally, I can say it has really affected ministries. I remember we were only 1 month last year, and then we were shut down. Then we came back like 5-6 months. Then we are shut down again. COVID have really affected people worldwide, not only in Kenya, but worldwide. And in Kenya, I don't know whether COVID lives in church, because I'm telling you, church are really affected. You find things are running as normal. Matatu are carrying. Everything is running. Markets, we are going. Supermarkets, we are going. Things are happening. But when it comes to church, it is really sad. I hope that we reopen very quickly. People are dying out of depression. And when people are depressed, they run to church. When people are crying, they run to church. When people are down, they run to church. Now, people don't have anywhere to run to. That is why you find a lot of deaths. People are suicidal. Teenagers are getting pregnant. People are getting agitated. People are mad. You are walking on the road and, you know, by mistake, you just, like, unagonga mtu hivi. It's like, uoni kwenye unaenda, kwani unanga macho? People are bitter. People are bitter with life because COVID have really messed people down. My prayer is that we reopen very quickly, because church is a rehabilitation center. I can say it's a hospital whereby people come and seek help. My prayer is that we reopen. But for real, COVID have really hit people. Not only church, but business-wise, social life, everything. God have mercy on us. Hey, I'm excited. Chat and chill. You got to chill sometimes. So I'm a pastor. I'm a counselor. A lot of people call me, come to see me. They are like giving me problems. And they want me to remove that problem, to give them solutions and answers. So people are really depressed. People are having issues. And I thought, why don't I start something that we just sit down, talk life. Whether I'll talk alone, host people, and we just talk. Not so serious talking, but we talk the way things are. We just chill. Sometimes you work so hard, sometimes you preach so hard, sometimes you do everything so hard until you don't have your own time. So I thought, why don't I introduce something that people can just chill at their comfort of, their sitting rooms or their bedrooms or their offices, and they just have a conversation with me. Either I'm hosting someone or I'm doing it. So I thought of, this life has become so serious nowadays. You're waking up, rest in peace, they are all over social media. A lot of things that are taking away the part of us, a part of us. So I thought this part of relaxing has been stolen. So I thought, okay, Prof, do something. You just sit down, talk to people, chill. Man, you chill. We just talk life. We talk life the way it is. So that is why I came up with Chat and Chill, because I realize people are going through rough moments and rough times. Yes, and I hope to be chatting and chilling with people at least once in a week. Yeah. Okay, life is not that serious. Sometimes you need a break. You need just to sit down somewhere, chat with someone, eat some popcorns, some ice cream, chill. So people should expect that we just chill and cool down after very long hustle, busy schedules in the office, at your working place, from your businesses. from preaching. You just expect me to be making you feel good. You know, that chilling, eh? That chilling is very necessary. People need to chill. If you don't chill and relax sometimes, you can burn out. So, in this show, we are going through that show of Chat and Chill. We are going to also to be equipping people, transforming lives, empowering people, because sometimes I'll be hosting people who have gone through hell and they came back, you know, and they tell people how did they make it, how did they got out. I'll be bringing people who are successful and they tell people how did they came about it. I'll be bringing people who have been successful and then they failed and then they rose again, and they tell people how to handle it, because so many people who are up there now, they are down and they have slept there. They don't want to rise again. So those are the things that I will be doing, just to encourage a person and just to tell a person, you know what? You don't have to be so serious 24/7. You need a time to chill and relax. Yeah.
Now, what is your parting shot?
My parting shot is life is not that serious. We have to chat and chill. So this show is amazing. Today we were hosting the host. I'm excited about it. Hey man, we are hosting the host of Chat and Chill through our YouTube channel. You have to subscribe. Please do that. Do me a favor. Subscribe. Press that bell. Be notified every time that I upload something new, and God is going to bless you. So if you have subscribed, thank you so very much. You can share the link of this video to your, Facebook, Instagram, or, WhatsApp, anywhere. Share it for people to see. And I know that together we shall walk this journey, and I know we are going to be blessed. So I ask you again and again, do me a favor. Subscribe, and also like, munanipea thumbs up, and also press that button so you are going to be notified every time we release something. I am your host, Chat and Chill, Prophetess Monicah. I'm a PM mukipenda. By the way, munite PM. Hapa tuna chill, so tukichill, mimi ni PM. Tuonane.